welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. So my name is Michelle and I'm an intuitive astrologer. I combine my knowledge of astrology with my intuition, and this will be reflected in this video. So today I will talk about the upcoming new moon that will happen in the sign of Pisces on the 27th or 28th of February 2025 at 9 degrees and 40 minutes. And I will start off with explaining all about this new moon in Pisces in general. And then we're going to dive into each and every single sign. And I recommend you to watch your sun sign and your rising sign, okay? And this new moon is really focused on the water element. So let's start and dive a little bit into the meaning of the water element, because this is going to be huge, okay, around this new moon. Not only because this new moon is in Pisces, but we also have the North Node, we have Neptune, we have Mercury and Saturn, all in the sign of Pisces. Now, in astrology, we have something called a stellium, which is when 3 or more planets are aligned with each other. Now, the North Node, Neptune, Mercury, and Saturn are kind of aligned in a package, but there is a bit of a difference in degrees with this new moon, but still it can be felt quite strongly, okay? If you want to know what a stellium is in astrology, you can check out my video explaining all about stelliums, okay? This is a very intensive energy, right, that needs to find balance, because when there's too much of something, you kind of need to find a way to balance it out, right? So right now we have a lot of the water element, which is all about emotions. And Neptune is ruled, or Pisces is ruled by Neptune, right? And now we have Neptune with the North Node, and the North Node is pulling you into a new destiny related to Neptune. So this energy is really good if you're an artist, if you're on the spiritual path, if you are interested in following the spiritual path, which you probably do because you're following this channel, so you are curious about learning about yourself. So meditation, following a path of awakening is the highest form of this North Node Neptune. And especially around this new moon, it's a beautiful time to really look into your emotions, and especially like your subconscious feelings, because Pisces rules the 12th house. This is about separating yourself from the rest of the world, so you can really dive within and see how you can remove your subconscious blocks. So if you want to do any type of hypnosis or meditation or self-hypnosis, there are a lot of wonderful people who do amazing self-hypnosis sessions that you can follow to remove those blocks, because sometimes we're not even aware about what is stopping us from taking us to the next level. Now, during this new moon, it depends. Well, we have almost everything direct. We have everything direct. But then on the 28th, Venus is going to station direct. So we have now Mars direct in Cancer. So there is a lot more energy. But we're gonna have to kind of go with the flow, because it is in a water element. So there is more energy, but it's gonna be even better when Mars is going to be in the sign of Leo again. It's more comfortable in a fire sign than in a sign that likes to maybe hide more, right? Like, it's not an action-oriented sign per se. It is about looking, what is your home, and going with the flow. If you look at the waves, this is what you're gonna have to do this around this new moon, okay? This is no time to fight against the stream. That's not gonna work out. This is about following your intuition, right? We're talking about the water element here. So I want you to let yourself be guided by your intuition rather than rationality right now, because we also have the North Node in Pisces and the South Node is in Virgo, and Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So this is more about mercurial thoughts. This is about planning and, you know, planning forward and making sure, you know, solid grounding. That's not the energy of this new moon, okay? So follow the streams. You might get a lot of answers about everything hidden. And it started already with Mars retrograde in Cancer, okay? You were diving deep into your ancestral patterns. And water is also memory. And for most of the part, our body is full of water. So we are full of memory. And sometimes we store those memories in different types of our body. So if you're starting to maybe feel pain somewhere, if you were getting angry, this was really a sign that that part of you needed some type of healing. And this month, and especially this moon, can bring you a wonderful experience, even though now Saturn is direct, to move forward and to see how you can heal that. So when the time is right, you can take more action. But this is going within and creating from the moment, right? This is a very feminine energy. So this is about receptive energy, leaning back and letting your intuition guide you into creating art or into whatever you're into when it comes to your creativity. Let yourself be guided right now, okay? There's a huge element of destiny, especially for people who have planets in the sign of Pisces, or you are a Pisces, you're going to be highly impacted by this. And there might be a bit of an overflow of emotions as well. So give yourself time to reflect. So in general, there could be a lot of emotions coming up, okay? But this is time to reflect. 12th house or Pisces is related to separating yourself while still connecting with the collective. So voluntary work is really good around this day. Offering something for the public. This could be maybe even for free. Maybe you want to launch a video, or you want to help in a kitchen, to help the homeless. This is a perfect day to be selfless and to do something for the world that adds something to society. When Pisces is not connected, okay, and that's why it's such an extreme sign. We have the fish going into different directions. And when this fish is not guided and streamlined, it's gonna be chaotic and it doesn't know where to go. So if this element is not tuned in with the divine, it's gonna be lost. It's gonna want to use substances to feel better, because deep down it wants to connect with the divine, okay? Wants to connect with the divine. So watch out for this trap during the end of this month, that you're gonna feel lost. And that is a sign that maybe you're not as connected with your inner self as you should, okay? So if you want to drink too much, eat too much, and there is a bit of self-indulgence during this new moon, because we have Jupiter in the sign of Gemini in a sextile with Jupiter. So there's gonna be a bit of self-indulgence there. We have Jupiter in a square with this new moon. So watch out again for too much of something, okay? Because it might be a way to cover up emotions, or a way to cover up how you're really feeling. And so you're gonna see that one part of people is gonna feel really good around this new moon, because they're connected, they feel creative, they want to make beautiful food. Just don't overeat too much. I mean, once in a while is totally fine, but you know what I mean. Everything with too much is not good. So some people are really gonna enjoy this full moon, and some people are gonna feel really lost in this full moon, okay? And we don't have a lot of the element of earth. So if you feel like you're losing yourself, or you don't know where you're going, put your feet in the ground and ground yourself. That's going to be super duper important. We have Venus in Aries, about the station retrograde. Check out my video about Venus retrograde. I'm explaining Venus retrograde in Aries, and also later it's stationing, or it's being retrograde in a sign of Pisces. Okay, so check out that video. I'm discussing it for all the signs. So there is an element of letting go, surrendering. Don't fight against the stream. Try to reconnect. And that's gonna really realign you. So this is about realignment. And Uranus in a sextile with Mercury. So even brilliant new ideas could be coming up. So go into nature, swim if you can swim, take a bath, put your feet in the ground, bare feet, it would be even best, you know. For some of you it's winter, so make it short if you can. And realign with yourself, and some really good ideas might be coming up, okay? Some shadowy things that I don't want to leave out, okay? We have a lot of water, so watch out for leaks in the house. Watch out for floods, okay? There could be some floods in some areas as well. So make sure that you read into the weather and see if there are going to be any floods in your region. But besides that, on a personal level, you can really take advantage of this new moon. I think I discussed most of it, so I'm ready to start with other signs. Let me pull up Aries first. My amazing Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Well, wow, Aries. Honestly, you have so many planets in your 12th house, really emphasizing your spiritual growth. Some of you are even forced into that, okay? So if you have lost maybe a job, or if you have lost something in your life, it was really forcing you to look at your inner blockages. What is preventing you from being connected? Like sometimes you can be in a relationship that disconnects you from yourself, or a job that disconnects you from yourself. So what exactly have been happening that really forced you to do more meditation, more yoga? And if you haven't started already, this is really a time to benefit from that. If you want to create art or a project behind the scenes, some of you are even writing a book, because Jupiter now is in the 3rd house. Being by yourself, writing a book, writing a journal for yourself is also really good right now. So take your time by yourself. You don't need to overly socialize, like a lot of you feeling that. I want to reflect. I want to go within. This is your time to do that, okay? There could be some restless thoughts coming in regarding your money, because we have Uranus in the 2nd house and it's in a sextile with Mercury. But also your dreams might be indicating new ways of making money. Or in general, if you meditate, you find that there are going to be some great ideas coming, okay, to enhance your finances. Let me get you a tarot. All right. So there needs to be a really good balance between meeting people and doing things on your own, okay? So maybe in the past, you would have liked to reflect with others, but now with Pluto in the 11th house, you're really reflecting on your friendships. And there could even be some friends that maybe you have to let go of, that are no longer reflecting your path. So big time of reflection. Venus is in the 1st house, but is going to soon station retrograde. So my advice is not to do any major cosmetic things to your face, to your body. Small haircuts is fine, unless you have Venus retrograde in your chart, then it will most likely come out better, but no significant changes or things like that, okay? Look at that. You're building on something behind the scenes. And maybe this is not the time to tell people yet. Keep it to yourself until the right timing comes, until you're ready to go, to launch that, or to show it to the public, okay? So that's my message for you, my amazing Aries. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time, let's move on to Taurus, So Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this new moon or this whole stellium of Pisces energy in your 11th house. And this is really emphasizing your community, your friendships. And you are looking for friends that are helping you spiritually, that you can connect with spiritually, okay? If you are in a job where you maybe help people in workshops or giving workshop, creative workshops, spiritual workshops, you're going to get a lot of help with that. So with Saturn, it might have been more difficult, and it really told you that you need to do a lot more work towards reaching other people, or if you're on social media as well, right? Maybe it was tough to get an audience or to get people to listen to your speech, but it was important for you to optimize the way you speak and do more research before you can talk. So maybe you needed to revise some of your words, do some more studying before you could do the workshops and teach. It will kind of force you to go out, but you want to be with friends that are calm, that you feel safe with. And if that's not what you're feeling with them, then maybe you have to really relook at your friendships and what they mean to you. Jupiter direct in your 2nd house, Taurus. This is great news about your finances, about your money. It's in a sextile with Venus in the 12th house. So watch out for people trying to take what you have, take the money that you have. So don't really, I wouldn't really spread it unless you really trust someone with the amount that you're making, if you're making more money. But you're getting ideas to increase your finances, right? I'm getting the Empress. So for some of you, this is literally pregnancy. But in other circumstances, this is a very creative energy that you're gonna tap into, tune into. This is a leader, right? The Empress can really lead. So you're taking on a leading role. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Look at that. So he's very proud and he is very in touch with his emotions. So Taurus, for you, it's important to be in touch with your emotions, especially when you're dealing with the public or when you're dealing with friends. This is going to make you connect more with them, but make sure that they deserve it, that you connect with the right people, because Neptune is a bit foggy. And especially with Neptune there, it might give an idea that people are, better than they actually are. So you might really look up to them and say, whoa, these are these amazing friends. But are they really? Are they really? So you're going to have to figure that out. This is going to be the biggest message of this new moon in Pisces for you, my amazing Taurus. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you next time. Let's move on to Gemini. So Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Such good news. We have this whole stellium, this whole planetary alignment in Pisces in your 10th house. And this is very much related to your career. Not only your career is enhanced, you also have Jupiter direct now in your 1st house. So new opportunities, new career opportunities, right? Saturn there in the 10th house could have made it more difficult, but now there could be a new opening coming to you, coming for you, okay? If you are starting a new job because Venus is about to station retrograde, make sure that you get a good deal with finances, that you're not settling below what you deserve, right? That you make a good deal. If you want to launch something, maybe you want to launch a new project or a video or start something new, this could be a really good time to do that. And Jupiter is supporting you. At the same time, Jupiter is in a sextile with Venus in the 11th house. So this is the public. They're going to like what you're doing. They really are very drawn to you around this time. So you're carrying this super magnetic energy, Gemini. So take advantage of that. I'm going to get you some cards. I need to shuffle on the camera, but yeah, it's a little bit to show people the cards. Temperance, look at that. So find balance, finding the right balance, okay? It's important for you to follow your intuition when it comes to your work, that you don't overdo it, underdo it. Look, the waters are completely calm here. So if you're not sure what to do next, do a little meditation that will reconnect you with what exactly you need to do. The Emperor. So this is a lot of powerful energies, right? This is someone that has authority over their lives, know what to do, because this is what Saturn was teaching you in the 10th house in Pisces, and Jupiter gave you the strength and the power to move forward and to go after the things that you want to do. But it required some hard work and some authority, okay? So there could be a lot of things coming in. So a lot of opportunities, or maybe people that want to talk to you, because Venus is there in the 11th house. It's making you quite magnetic. You have so many planets on the outside world drawing, you know, there's a lot of magnetic energy with you. You have to filter, Gemini, like who are you gonna give your attention to, and who are you right now not gonna put so much energy into, right? And this is a lesson that I definitely needed to learn, because I wanted to help everyone and I wanted to be there for everyone, and it really was at the cost of myself. And I needed to learn how to have good boundaries, and this is definitely an energy that you're into, because you want to focus and streamline your energy into something that is really important for you, and that's going to be a long prospect or business or opportunity for you. So that's my message for you, my amazing Geminis. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time. So let's move on to Cancer. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have this whole stellium, this whole line of planets in Pisces in your 9th house. And this is amazing, especially if you have Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising around 9 degrees. Or even around 28 degrees, okay? You're highly impacted by this new moon and by this North Node Neptune conjunction. And here in the 9th house, it's bringing out the teacher within you, okay? So some of you are really feeling this strength and you want to share this wisdom. And Mars is now direct in your 1st house. So finally, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to have a lot more energy. And the frustrations that you had moving forward are kind of fading away now, okay? We are not in a very fiery energy or earth energy to settle things down. This is a very intuitive energy. So if you're teaching, you're going to do it more from an intuitive perspective. You might also be studying something related to creativity, spirituality. You might be traveling, and this travel is going to give you a lot of spiritual insights that are going to help you create your belief system in this world, right? There's a massive growth happening with you. And if you're traveling, it might as well be a trip that's really changing your perspective. So we have 7 of Pentacles here. Maybe you feel your work or your money is a little bit stuck, like it's not going as fast as you would like it to be. With Pluto there in the 8th house, watch out for unexpected bills, or this is not the time to cheat the government or doing stuff like that, because Pluto really wants you to follow up on all your papers and your paperwork. And if you're having some kind of lawsuit, it's important to stick to strong morals. Then Pluto will always help you. I've been studying Pluto for a very long time. I have a very strong Pluto in my own chart, and so does my family. I've seen this play out in good ways and bad ways. So when you're in your power and you use it for moral power, Pluto will always back you up. So even if you lose something, it might come back, right? It might come back in different ways. The Magician, look at that. It's a really good time to write your dreams, your plans, manifestations. What is it that you want to do, Cancer? right? Because there have been a bit of sadness. Maybe you're a bit in an in-between phase, right? Like, it's just, you want things to move forward, but it's not completely there yet. Now it's time to write your dreams, because after June, Jupiter will be in your sign, and it's really going to enhance all those manifestations, okay? You're going to have more strength and optimism to go after that. So I would wait definitely until Jupiter's in your sign. That's going to be an amazing, amazing time for you. So that's my message for you, my amazing Cancer. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time. So let's move on to Leo. So Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, we have this whole bunch of Pisces energy in this new moon in your 8th house. And this is a massive opportunity for you to break cycles. So cycles that have been repeating itself. So what is repeating itself in your life? And true meditation, card readings, astrology, or therapy, whatever works for you, right? You can now break a lot of your cycles. We also have the North Node and Neptune there in your 8th house. And even you could be doing, you know, I myself, I haven't experienced any plant medicine. You have to have a calling for that, because otherwise it can be dangerous. I need to say that with an exclamation mark. But if the timing for you feels right now, then you could do that. But you can only do it when your intuition is giving you a yes, and when your body is ready, because your DNA, I don't believe personally in shortcuts, because your DNA needs to be ready and optimized. But you will know when it's the right time. So if for some of you Leos, that would be now, but some kind of healing, and you might be learning so much or be so intrigued by that you would like to do that yourself. So some of you are becoming healers yourself right now, okay? Jupiter is direct in your 11th house, so a lot of fun, have lots of fun. This is super important. Don't feel guilty that you just want to have, you know, sometimes maybe not doing as much as you should. You are now networking, and you can actually benefit your work through meeting the right connections, people that you have a really balanced give and take energy with, that you can reflect things on, talk about your inspirations, and you'll get a lot of answers from the communities around you right now. If you are online, for example, or on social media, you will attract a huge audience to you, okay? So this is a beautiful time for that. Also, the 8th house, I want to go back to that because I'm not finished there. So it's all about so watch out for bills. Make sure you pay them on time, because Pisces and Neptune makes it foggy. Maybe you forgot to pay a certain bill or a certain insurance or things like that. Just make sure your taxes are in order, and that you are, writing it down in your agenda so you don't come across problems later. Mars is still in the 12th house, so if you're a bit low on energy still, even after Mars is now direct, it's because Mars is still stuck in the 12th house. But when Mars will go into your sign, you're gonna feel a lot more energy, and you're good to go. So we have here 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. What am I saying? Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. Before I get another comment, you don't know how to read tarot, or you don't know how to do that. Actually, I don't mind. It's fine. You can write it. It's okay. So this is about building your own business, building your money, building security. So a lot of you Leos are building a lot of security. 8th house is also investment, but with Saturn there, it requires for you to do a lot of research. So don't do any impulsive decisions. Also, we are on the edge of Venus retrograde, so that's not a great time for investments. So be very careful if you do make investments, okay? The sun, look at you. You're ruled by the sun. If you stop shining, something is off, Leo. So for you, always important that you follow your passion. There is a lot going on right now. You might be feeling really good, but also sometimes really drained. So you have to find a good balance. Otherwise, you know, you might burn out a little bit. Okay. Also, filter, because some people that come in right now with Pluto, especially if you're a Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, around 2 degrees, so 5 degrees. Well, you can be 5 degrees below, but like between 0 and 2 degrees, or between 2 and 7 degrees. Yeah. So there might be some lessons there regarding Pluto, regarding people maybe not coming in as honest as they should. And this could be very much related to friendships, but also relationships. So be aware of that, my amazing Leos. So that's my message for you. Oh yeah, what I also wanted to say, 8th house is about your intimacy. So if you feel disconnected to your emotions, if you feel disconnected in relationships, or you have a difficult time accessing your emotions and sharing them with someone, it's time to practice first being honest with yourself. And that's how you can open up and be with the right person, because that person is going to reflect on how you're feeling. If you're going to be emotionally unavailable, you're probably going to be in a constant cycle of attracting people who are also emotionally unavailable. This is in relationships, but also in friendships, right? And you're going to have to stick to what is it that you accept and value. And if something comes and you take the first thing that comes to you and you think, you know, that's what I should settle for, maybe not. I mean, we don't have to be too picky, but we don't have to give ourselves short. I don't know how to say that. Give yourself short. Yeah. Anyways, that's my message for you, my amazing Leos. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you. And until next time. So let's move on to Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have this whole stellium in Pisces in your 7th house. This is about your relationships, romantic relationships, business partners. And with Saturn there in the 7th house, you're not taking relationships lightly, okay? It's like all or nothing. And if you're single, you don't want to settle for too little. Casual relationships right now, no. However, we have this weird mix of energies, because the North Node now with Neptune in the 7th house can create, well, relationships that are like someone that looks much nicer than they actually are. So the highest form would be someone very spiritual, very creative, that is going to add something to your life. But the lowest form would be someone that maybe presents themselves with a mask. But once you get to know them, the mask is coming off. And, you know, I always say, don't walk away from when you start seeing someone, but experience it. And when it doesn't feel right, walk away. Okay, so there might be a lot of blocks coming up so that you can heal them, so you can meet the right person, right? If you're already in a relationship right now, it is about finding the right balance. Maybe not trying to control, but trying to let go, let each other be free, and let each other be the whole person. You know, how do you say that? Like completely independent while staying together. If you like to meditate together, this is a really nice time to do that. So you can meditate together, go swim together, right? Do something really romantic. This is a beautiful time to do that. We have Jupiter in the 10th house, Virgo. So your career might be taking off big time, especially Virgo rising, okay? You might be seeing a big impact on your career. And Jupiter is in a sextile with Venus in the 8th house. So you might even find an investor or someone that wants to invest in your career. Don't wait too long, I would say, because we are on the edge of Venus retrograde. So yeah, it's not completely 100% safe. Your anger towards friends, if there was any anger coming up during Mars retrograde, that will settle now. And you are definitely healing a big part of who's your real friend, or maybe past friends who have hurt you, and the anger that you've stored in your body, you have worked on healing that. So a lot of you Virgos were healing big parts of relationships and also friendships while really being persistent on work and growing in work. And yeah, maybe your partner also might bring you some really brilliant ideas about career opportunities, or you might even go on a trip together, an unexpected little trip. King of Wands. So yeah, because Uranus in the 9th house, I mean, if you're into astrology, beautiful time to learn and study it, because Taurus will ground this study. Also, this is beautiful for traveling. Like I said, maybe you want to take a trip to the nature, or combine city trips with walking in parks. And you could do that together with a partner. So King of Wands is taking control, but not like planning control, like taking control of your creativity and allowing things to flow naturally. Yeah, we were talking about traveling. Here we go. Right? Some of you are going on a little trip. Could be even a day trip. Could be a museum, visiting a museum. These kind of things would be super beneficial right now while building your career. So that's your main focus, my amazing Virgos. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time. So yeah, let's move on to Libra. So Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have this massive Pisces energy in your 6th house. This is very much related to your daily, day-to-day operations, like your job, and you might feel more inspired to go to work. It's about going with the flow rather than controlling what is happening with your colleagues or with your work situation. There might be a new flow of energy coming in where you have a lot of new ideas and you can present something amazing. Saturn was really requiring you to work hard, harder than usual, or it could restrict work even, right? It's preventing you from finding the right job. And this is teaching you that you have to appreciate sometimes what you have, because sometimes we want so much that we don't appreciate what's already there. That's usually what Saturn is trying to teach you. But definitely you are preparing for this massive career opportunities, especially after June. And Jupiter now in the 9th house is a perfect timing for you to travel. So if you want to travel overseas, even if you want to study and travel, work as a digital nomad, this is all the perfect timing. Okay, just don't forget about your routines, and also pay attention to your health, right? That you don't have really unhealthy waking up schedules, or that you at least have a little bit of a routine, because Pisces doesn't like too much routine, but not doing too much work. Whoop, I'm too enthusiastic that I'm pushing the lamp. So don't push the lamp in your life, your own inner light, okay? Make sure to be careful, you eat healthy, and you're not becoming too self-indulgent, okay? If you're in the creative fields, this is a beautiful time. So if you're an artist or you're into spirituality, and creative field can be many things, right? You could be burning furniture or painting houses. I mean, whatever it is, it's all creativity, right? So I'm getting 10 of Swords, and this sounds a bit like whoopsie, but I feel like some of you have burned out in the past or recently because you weren't really listening to your body. Now it's time to go within again, okay? Connect with the natural flow of your body, because there were too many things going on, too many responsibilities, right? And you can't always do it all, so you have to make some decisions. And yeah, there's going to be a big changes in your life, right? And also with Chiron in the 7th house, be aware that you don't give too much to relationships, partnerships, right? The Hanged Man. Look at things from a different perspective. Like, if you give too little or too much, turn the roles around. How would you feel, right? How would you feel living with you? This is how you can heal a lot of patterns. Like, how would I respond to me? If you're on the spiritual path, this is a beautiful way to take accountability and to change your patterns, because for some of you it was too intense. Okay, there were too many, your energy was going in many directions, but not all to your own. King of Wands, it's time to be empowered and work on your creativity, have fun, but also filter. And then we have Uranus in the 8th house, and it's in a sextile with Mercury. So there will be some insights that could be coming to you also regarding work. Okay, regarding work, there might be some unexpected support happening. Maybe you could be getting some support from the government when it comes to work, or some extra bonus is coming your way. Yes, the Tower. So things had to kind of crash for you in order to get better. And now you're going in this new direction. You left a situation, you left a job, a relationship, and now you're ready for the next chapter, right? And it's scary because maybe you don't know where that will be. And traveling or studying something new, taking a new leap of faith is going to bring you there, right? Jupiter is going to bring you in a new direction that is more suitable for you, Libra. So if you aren't already in this positive new change, then it will happen very soon for you. So thank you so much for being here. And until next time, let's move on to Scorpio. So Scorpio, Sun, and Rising, we have a whole bunch of Pisces energy in your 5th house. And this means that we have a huge support, because you are a water, sun, moon, and rising, especially if it's at 9 degrees or around 28 degrees, you're going to have a huge boost. And it's going to make you very intuitive. You might be having a lot of ideas for hobbies, creating. And if it's too many ideas, even, I would write it down, okay? Write it down, because later you might be coming back to them. But there are many new opportunities coming in. Also for work, because Venus is there in the 6th house, sextiling Jupiter in the 8th. So there might be some big opportunity coming in that is bringing in more money for you. Some lucky income through insurance, through third-party situations like taxes. Maybe some taxes are coming back, or something went wrong and it meant that you paid too much and now you're getting extra money back. These kind of lucky situations could definitely come your way. If you don't want to get pregnant or have a child, be very careful, because Pisces is very fertile and you have a lot of planets in your 5th house of children. So yeah, be careful with that. At the same time, this is a wonderful energy to spend with your children if you have them. Do something nice, go to the park, go swim, go to a swimming pool. That's the perfect day to do that. Take them to the swimming pool, to, if they're older, to a sauna, things like that. And really just like kind of pamper yourself. It's a really nice day to do that. If you are in a relationship, this is a nice time to connect with each other. You could be doing some hobbies together, or going on a romantic dinner or lunch or breakfast, whatever you're into. This is a wonderful day to it's a really dreamy day, okay? You want to be kind of romantic. And if you're single, you could be meeting someone new, okay, if you want to. But we are very close to Venus retrograde, so I'm still a little bit careful with that, okay? Like, see who's coming in, unless you have Venus retrograde in your natal chart. That would make a huge difference. But if you're single, you could also remove a lot of blocks there. Like, you might be seeing your patterns clearly through meditation, or maybe even just doing your hobby or your passion, and suddenly you're like, you know what, this idea is popping up, because we also have Mercury in a sextile with Uranus. It's like sudden ideas, like, I know now I couldn't attract this person or that person, you know. for me, that was when I found out that I didn't have very good boundaries. Not at all. I was very naive in the past. People really kind of took advantage of that. And I couldn't become a healer before that. I couldn't meet the right person. Because if you have no boundaries, you're just spilling your energy to everyone. Very bad idea. So when I fixed that, then I could attract the things that were good for me, right? And I'm still learning. It's still a lesson that you need to learn each time. And that's the funny thing about Scorpio, because people think they're so guarded, but they know betrayal, right? Scorpio knows betrayal. But it is about filtering, getting to know the right people so you know who to give love to, right? And by shielding our hearts, we attract people on the same vibration. They also have a shielded heart. So we have to make sure that our heart is open and that we open it for the right people after spending enough time with them, because Scorpio, you're very passionate and you love love and you want to have all these things. And that's why you're going too quick sometimes, falling for the wrong people, the wrong friends, the wrong relationships, the wrong job. So it's like, you can go from like cold to super passionate. So there have to be a balance in between, okay? The world, look at that. You are looking out to the world. Like maybe some of you are thinking about even moving abroad. After June, my lovely Scorpios, is the best time for that. The Tower. So before you can get where you want to be, you might have a Tower moment. You might need to rebuild something, because balance, what did I just talk about? You need some really good balance there. So it's time to go within, to work on this creativity, to work on your passion, right? Because you need your strength, regaining your strength, Scorpio. You need to regain your strength in order to get the finances that you want, right? Yeah, making money also with communication jobs. But you need to be secure for that. You need to trust yourself. So that's going to be a huge lesson. Anyways, that's my message for you, my amazing Scorpio. If you liked this video, subscribe to my channel. And until next time, let's move on to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, Sun and Rising. For you, we have this whole bunch of Pisces planets in your 4th house. And 4th house is related to housing. This is related to your family. So some of you want to spend some more time with family. But it might be that you're not seeing them so clearly, right? You might be feeling frustrated or maybe very happy, and there's some underlying subconscious blocks that maybe are ready for you to be seen. Maybe something that you were suppressing are coming to the surface, but Pisces requires connection to see it, okay? So meditate before you go, or I don't know, go to your room, meditate a little bit and then go back so you can feel things better. Maybe observe a little bit more so you can find healing, because very often we are repeating the cycles of our family members. And it's usually the things that we hate so much that we're trying to prevent it through the other extreme and recreating the same cycle. That's very deep, but it's true. It's true. So yeah, also with so much water, it's a beautiful time to maybe redecorate your place. This is not for major changes, okay? I'm talking about painting someone. Well, you can paint someone and put them in your house. I don't know. Paint something and put it in your place. I'm having all these images now. So spending time alone by yourself, actually, this is great to just take a bath, treat yourself, do something really nice for yourself during this new moon. Write down your dreams. Dream house even, okay? So you can chase your home, but not like in big ways, and also be aware of leaks, floods, these kind of things, because there's a lot of water, that might be surrounding your housing situation. So this could be literally physically, or in the house, like a leak, or maybe the washing machine breaks or things like that, you know, something with water, or you forget to close the tap and there's water in your house. So because Pisces is gonna zone you out, it's gonna zone you out a little bit, so you're not paying attention so much anymore. Also, Venus in a sextile with Jupiter direct, and Venus is about to station retrograde, but you know, just before this new moon, beautiful time to meet someone new. So if you want to meet someone, Sagittarius, you're single, go out there, because you have a chance of meeting someone very significant in your life. If you're single, some of you want to get married, get proposed to. Beautiful time for love. So it's Sag. Wheel of Fortune. Things are turning quite well for you. You're restructuring, you're rebalancing yourself, right? And you've had a period of maybe the difficulty, especially regarding the work and money, but you are coming back. I feel like you really regained your strength. Some of you took a break from work, or you're working from home now. You're gonna do things differently than before, right? And this is you now. You're much stronger. You can handle things a lot better. And yeah, things might have settled also with Mars there in the 8th house. You could have had some issues with papers, taxes, these kind of things. And now Mars is direct. So you're going to have more energy, and all the difficulty might be over in that sense. Okay. So yeah, that's my message for you, my amazing Sagittarius. I'm wishing you a fantastic month, and until next time. So let's move on to Capricorn. So Capricorn, Sun and Rising. For you, we have this whole bunch of planets in Pisces in your 3rd house. So a lot of you Capricorns are going to go on a small trip. You're going to travel. It's a good time to go to a place where there is water. So you could go to a river, to the sea, and even if it's winter, you can just walk by the sea with your feet in the sand. This is perfect, because with this energy, there's very little grounding, okay? People are not very grounded, and even you, as a very grounded sign, might experience right now a bit of zoning out, especially with mental activities. You could be zoning out. So if you're have very precise work and you're reading a lot, you might be like struggling right now to finish the sentence, or you might forget something you've studied. So if you are studying right now, you might be a little bit slower or taking more time to study something. And because we have so much water energy, it would even be better to work with more images. That's going to help you study better around this time if you need to. Mars now is direct in the 7th house. So if you had any frustrations in relationships, with your partner or business partner, this will kind of settle, and this will calm down more, unless you decided to break up or go separate ways, but things will settle much more now. Jupiter is direct in the 6th house. So this is good news for your health that might improve. Also, it's important to focus on health, especially regarding your air area and your thoughts. So you might be having a lot of thoughts regarding to work, a little bit of overthinking, but at the same time, you could expand your clients or get a new job around this time. The moon, right? A lot of emotions might be coming up. And this could be due to taking a break. Maybe some of you are taking a little break right now from work. The Chariot. Been doing a lot of work. And you need to balance, right? You need to balance it out. We have yin and yang here. And if you have been too much in your feminine or too much in your masculine, that can exhaust you as well. Because you cannot be, if you're too much in your feminine, you're going to be lazy. You don't know how to move forward. And if you're too much in the masculine, you're going to be so drained, so exhausted. That's why we have yin and yang, masculine and feminine. This is how you can balance things out, right? We don't want to be too much in one or the other. But naturally, you can be more inclined into being a bit more masculine or a bit more feminine, right? And this is totally okay, no matter if you're a guy or a girl, because you have to embrace your personality how it comes. So if you're a girl and you're more masculine, that's what it's gonna be. You attract someone that will love that in you, okay? Okay, so yeah, a lot of things have happened. A lot of responsibilities for some of you. So maybe it's time to have a little bit of a break, especially if you were studying or you needed to communicate a lot. It would have been a bit more draining. Also, there might be some uplifting news about your siblings. Things will be healing a bit better, or you might be having a good moment where you're sharing emotions with each other. Okay, even though there was a little battle for some of you, could also be related to your neighbors. Okay, neighbors, difficulty with neighbors, and this might be settling around this new moon. But also because we're still dealing with Neptune and Pisces, there could be some miscommunications or confusions on what actually people are meaning. So if people feel confused with you, it could also be because of miscommunication. Okay, so try to communicate the best way you can. And if people don't really get what you're saying, take a break, come back to it later. Okay, so there's a bit of scattered energy there, and you're gonna have to learn how to fine tune it. If you're going on a day trip or a weekend trip or something like this, it's a beautiful day to do that and to really enjoy. So that's my message for you, my amazing Capricorn. Thank you for watching, and until next time, let's move on to Aquarius. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this Pisces stellium, all these planetary alignments in Pisces in the second house, and you've been having Saturn there in the second house, making you question a little bit your self-worth, your money situation. You feel maybe you need to work a bit harder for your money, and it's really difficult for you to find a good balance. But this new moon might be bringing in some new energy and intuitive ideas, because we're talking about Pisces is very intuitive ideas on how to make money. Okay, but watch out with the North Node and Neptune for fast money schemes. They're not gonna work out for you around this time, so you have to be aware of things that are too good to be too true, Aquarius, especially Aquarius rising. Be very careful with that. You have also Pluto in the first house, and especially if you're early degree Aquarius, you're starting to feel the impact and effects of Pluto now. So there's, there could be some offers coming in or some people coming in that are gonna bring some really amazing offers, but they could be too good to be true. So make sure that you really listen to your intuition, because it's very strong right now. Also, not a time to undervalue yourself, thinking you have to work and work and work without gaining anything, okay? But you will gain most money if you're in a creative job, or if you're in something where you can use your intuition, or just in general, make some more decisions from your intuition around this time that will really help you. We have Jupiter now direct in the 5th house. So if you're single, this is a really good time to start dating, to be out there, to start meeting new people. It's also in a sextile with Venus, so your communication is very charming right now. People love to listen to what you have to say. And with Chiron there, you can heal that part of you, right? Like you suddenly have, and with Venus retrograde in Aries there, you're gonna really reflect on how you communicate and how you bring things across, what you're saying, what the impact is. But you're on a journey of healing that. But Venus is about to shift, but it's going to help you, make you more attractive, and also a beautiful time to get pregnant or expand your family. With Jupiter there in the 5th house, and you are healing a huge chunk of your own inner child wounds around this time. More energy for you. Now finally we have Mars direct, right? So look at you. you're gonna be so much more self-confident. How do you say that? Self-confident in your work, that, and people are gonna see that, okay? There might be some news regarding houses, or maybe you need to suddenly move houses with Uranus there in the 4th house. We have Mercury in the 2nd house, so make sure you read the rules very well before you sign contracts, okay? There's a focus on work there. So it could be that you're working on a certain hobby, or you're learning something new that you want to use for a full-time job. Okay, look at that. Gathering with people, more like-minded people. It's important for you, again, to see who you can trust and who you want to keep in your life on the long term. But this is a nice time to go and do some hobbies together with friends, or go to a hobby club where you can meet new people. But your main focus now is a little bit more on yourself and self-improvement, okay? After June, your work situation will improve if that's what you're looking for. Traveling, booking a trip, looking into going on a trip. You could be going on a trip with someone you're dating, or someone you are actually in a relationship with, right? And you're craving for a sunny place. So if you can go to a sunny place, that will really help you to recharge yourself, okay? So that's my message for you, my amazing Aquarius. I'm wishing you an amazing new moon, and until next time, let's move on to Pisces. Pisces sun, moon, and rising. Well, what can I say? The emphasis and the focus is going to be on you, okay? First of all, happy birthday to my amazing Pisces who have their birthday by the end of February. I hope you have an amazing one. But in general, Pisces sun, moon, and rising, there's going to be a lot of emphasis on you. There will be so much water, okay? So it's time to go with the flow and connect, not escape. This is very important, that you're not shying away from opportunities, but really meditate, connect with yourself through creativity, and your intuition can tell you the path you need to be on. So you're going to be guided, okay? We have this North Node, which is your destiny. We have Neptune as well, and you can feel where you need to go if you're connected with your inner self, okay? Otherwise, it could result in maybe more substance use or feeling lost. If you're feeling lost, Pisces, that means that you lost your connection with yourself, with your higher self. So it's really important for you. We have Mars now direct in the 5th house. So if you don't want children, be careful. If you do, this would be a good timing, okay? Go on a nice date with each other and have fun. Then we also have Jupiter now direct in the 4th house. So some of you want to sell a house, buy a house, moving. This is all in the cards right now for you, Pisces. The South Node is there in the 7th house. So if you're looking for love, this could be someone coming back. Literally, I pulled this card out. This is someone coming back. Yeah, see how this person, what they are reflecting this time. Is this someone that you can rely on and build on? Can you build something together, right? This could also make someone leave your life. Maybe you realize the person you're with is not the right person for you, right? But there is a huge new beginning happening, and it requires your intuitive strengths to take that action, okay? We have so many planets in your 1st house. So now is the time to see what block is preventing you from moving forward. Yeah, maybe there were some money issues, or there are some money issues. So some things need to change. But now is not the time to force it. It's the time to dive within yourself and see what solutions can come to you, because Venus is there in the 2nd house, about to retrograde, okay? Station retrograde. and you will reflect and reevaluate the way you're making money, if this is something sustainable, right? But if you're in real estate, communication jobs, things like that, you will see a lot of success, at least in the upcoming months, okay? So I see that some of you are distancing yourself from others. Don't feel guilty about it, because now you're going within. You're deciding a new direction in your life. And for you to do that, you need to kind of separate from other people. So you're not in a very sociable environment. You might want to spend more time with your family, your chosen family, but not necessarily with a lot of people around you. Okay? The Chariot. Only people that feel very safe to you. So you can recreate yourself, rebuild, restructure, pick a job that really suits you. You're now reflecting on where that will be, which direction you want to go. That doesn't have to be a completely new job for some of you, but you know, maybe the niche or the location is not fully in alignment with what you would want. So you can think about that. And yeah, that's my message for you, my amazing, amazing Pisces. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, thank you.